coming. Yay. Okay. So, okay. Now we are in live on YouTube. Okay. Hi guys. Welcome to Talk and Talk. I am Nick. I'm gonna be your host this afternoon. I'm really excited to talk with you guys. Last week we told about no hungry and no poverty. So today we're gonna talk about quality education. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. And that's it. I'm gonna put you guys in small rooms, okay? I'm gonna turn you guys apart in small rooms. But first of all, I'm gonna put the questions on the chat so you guys can copy and after share with your friends, with the people who are in your room, okay?
Okay.
Right. So just 1 second. Here. Here. First part is on the chat, okay? I'm gonna put the second part. And here is the second part. So we have here almost, let me see, 10 people. Yes, yes, 10 people. Wow. So, guys, see you guys later, okay? Enjoy your conversation. Yeah. So I think we can start. Hi, Fernando. Hi, Jai again. Hi, Aline.
Hi.
Hello. How
So,
are you?
oh, I'm really good. Thanks. And about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
So, the first question is an actual question is introduce yourself. So, you guys, Fernando, do you want to be the first one?
Sure. Well, my name is Fernando. I'm 33 years old. I live in Brasilia. First of all, I think I should apologize because last week, as soon as I was going to introduce myself, I got out of power here, and my internet failed, and I couldn't come back.
Okay, no
So,
problem.
well, I am on TNT since December. So it's still my first month, but I have been studying English for almost 4 years now, and I have been dedicating myself a lot to this because I want to start giving classes, English classes this year. This is my goal for this year, and I love English. I love studying it, so it's fun for me. It's a great way to spend my time, and I'm here to improve my speaking, my listening skills. What else? I love music. It's one of my passions, and yeah, that's it.
Right.
Well, my name is Jair. I'm 55 years old. I live in São Paulo, capital. I am an accountant. I have been a student at TNT since March 2022. I have one son who is a computer engineering student at the Federal University of Mato Grosso do Sul, and I like news, movies, and series, and I love to play soccer. That's it.
That's nice. That's great. Where are you from, Jay?
São Paulo, capital.
Nice. I think Nicole internet is down. Let's wait a little bit. But in the meantime, could you introduce yourself, Aline? Are you there? Oh, okay, no problem. So let's wait a little bit for her to come back. There she is.
Yeah, guys, I need to turn you guys apart again because I had a problem with my room. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened with my room. And I needed to leave to the main room. So this can't be happen. So I'm gonna turn you guys again, okay? Forgive me for that. Okay. Let me
Hello, Nick. We come back.
Hello, you missed us?
okay. Yeah, breakout rooms. Okay, can open our rooms. But yes. Yes. Ok. Eu sou horrível no room, no Zoom, minha gente. Normal, problemas técnicos com meu Zoom. Ok. Now I think we can start again. I'm sorry again, guys. Have a good
No
conversation.
problem. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me see what happened.
It's so good. It's a kind of chair dancing, yeah?
Vocês receberam a notificação?
Sim, yes. But
For
I'm
sometimes.
alone. I'm alone on the virtual community.
You're alone? Okay. Meu Deus, meu Zoom tá horrível, porque o Zoom não tá colaborando comigo hoje. Ai. Eu vou resolver esse problema. Calma, minha gente, calma.
Verdade, fica tranquila. Vai dar certo.
Ok. Tá. Agora sim. Pronto. So, yes, I think we can start again. Okay. Fernando, you already present yourself. So, Andel, do you want to present yourself?
Sure.
So, hello everyone. My name is Endo Miller. I'm geologist. I'm from Goiânia, Goiás, and I've been hosting here, I think, since the beginning of the pandemic as well. So, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay. So let me see more here. So Diego, do you want to present yourself?
Sure, sure. My name is Diego Alves. I'm 36 years old. Actually, I'm living in Ouro Fino, a small city near near no, but in the countryside of Minas Gerais. But I'm since 3 months here. Before I lived in Campinas. Actually, I work with data in a market agency, data analytics manager. I'm here in TNT since February 2021. I really like this place. It's very good to improve our conversation skills, to make our friendship, to know different people, to talk about different topics. I really like this. It's awesome to be here, guys. That's it about me.
Okay, so now we can start. So the first question, actually the second question is, so we're going to talk about quality education, as I say. So the second question is, do you think that education is important? Why? Fernando, do you want to start?
Sure. Yeah, it's very important. Of course, is actually one of the most important things. Maybe the most important thing in society, humanity, because it is the base for respect and many other things. Progress as well. So it's very, very important. I wouldn't know how to describe something so important like this.
Yeah, I totally agree. And what about you, Leonardo?
Me?
Leonardo?
Seria, no caso, Jair mesmo? Jair? Se
Yeah,
tiver algum outro
yeah.
Leonardo.
It's you.
Well, education itself plays an extremely important role in every person's life. Besides helping to build character, opinions, and reasoning, education is still capable of opening countless doors in the personal and professional context, changing the trajectory of countless people. That's it.
Right. And you, Muller, Endo Muller.
My turn.
Yes.
Well, I agree. I agree with you, Jair and Fernando. I think education is very important. It's one way that we have to evolve the society, to develop the countries and so on. And we've seen what lack of education can do with a country and or many other countries. And I know that's really difficult, to spread education, to provide education for every citizen that we have. But yeah, that's it. I think it's very important and we need to work a lot. This platform is about education, and we know how hard it is
Yes.
to teach some people. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And you, Diego?
Yes, guys, I'm really appreciate your point of view. I agree with all of them. It's, for me, the education, it's one of the best things that we have to make a better future to the earth, to the people. I'm starting my formation with education. I make a high college. One, I don't know in English, licenciatura, but because for me, it's a way that we have to help people, especially people without access to good information, access to good education. For me, it's the better way to help these people. Yeah, when you give to the people information, you can put in their hands the power of choose, to choose the better things, to choose between two things. They have the freedom to choose, but it's important to know about these things. When you show them this information, we can help them to choose the best things. Yeah, I really believe for me it's the most important thing that we have now to help other people.
Yes, I totally agree. So, what I think about education, I think that is really, really, really important to talk about it. Like, education is something really precious. And I believe that through education, we can reduce many problems, like in our society. For example, let me see, through education, we can combat violence. That's one point. But in education, I think like the education, it's something that really needs to be democratized. I think so. I don't know if I'm say right in English, but like I know that, for example, if you want to speak in English, like you're here in TNT, you're speaking English, you're improving your English speaking, and has many people like who don't have money to pay a course to speak in English, so they simply get by. And sometimes like if like if Brazil like just put a like a course in English, really sophisticated, a public course in English, I think most of people who really have this wish to know English to get more opportunities will be like more impacted, and they could like know about this language and get many opportunities, you know. So that's what I think. Okay.
Yes, very good point.
Yes. So I think we can pass to another question. Jair, do you want to ask another question? Jair? Okay.
Sorry. Do you think that Brazilian people have a quality education? In my case, education in our country is not good for two reasons. One being cultural, where people don't give importance to education, and the other being social and political, where the country is divided into two classes, where everything that belongs to the rich, the government solves, and what belongs to the poor, they live abandoned. That's it. How about you, Fernando?
Yeah, I think the social inequality is the main topic here to bring education to the stage that we are seeing now. It's not good, the quality of education here in Brazil, and I think that's the main point, the social inequality. We have great teachers, but we don't have a good structure. We don't have actually, some schools have a great structure, though those private schools, so there is the problem of social inequality, and also like a continuing education for teachers is something that is still new here in Brazil. So we have a lot of issues, and we have to solve this. But it will take a while to solve this, because education is a long-term. It's something that we will solve in a long term.
Yes. Fernando, choose one person.
Diego.
Yes, I'm agree with you guys, Jair and Fernando. We have some issues here in Brazil about education. We have problems. We have this difference between classes, and this is not good because when we, for example, we are privileged to be here. For example, we have access to the internet, we have computers, and we know about this community. We have so many people without this privilege. Yeah. When you talk about public education, we have a lot of problems. I know some of professors on the public education. It's horrific, the things that they talked to me about the policies, public policies, educations that they use it on to make the education with poor people. And this difference is so complicated because in the future, it's the positions would be occupied by people who are privileged. Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense, my comment, but it's a kind of a bad spiral. I don't know if the name is spiral, but it's a bad spiral, a bad circle. It's so complicated. We have exceptions, people who grew out of this bubble of bad education. But the question is about quality of education in Brazil. If I may, I will bring a different point of view about other countries. Yeah, a few years ago, I'm talking to a couple of teachers from United States. Guys, I'm really, really, how can I say, ugly with the points that they brought to me about the education there. It's so near to education that we have here. They talk about the tests that they use it to show to the other countries the high level of education that they have. But this they talked to me that this test is so manipulated. They use it to apply this test, some on the good schools with the good students, and all the poor people, I forgot the word, the estrangeiros, the immigrant people from Mexico, from Brazil, and with the public education that use the public education, is so complicated. They don't have one good policies that we have in Brazil about, for example, one single document who conduct the education in all the country, not something for the public school, but for the I forgot particular school, I don't know, but we have here one document that show the way that the teachers need to pass, to conduct the education. They don't have this. They have a lot of problems in this case. I believe that it's not one Brazilian's problem, but we have some countries with the same problem.
Yeah, I think the exception are the countries that have a good quality education.
That's it. The exceptions.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I not believe in conspiracy theory, but I'm thinking about it a long time. the education, it's a instrument of power. Yeah. When you, like we said before, when you show the people the things, the people can choose the best. Yeah, and I don't know, but I think that's our government, all of them, independent of if they're right or left, the partidos, I don't know, but a good education, people can reclaim their rights, can choose good politicians, can, how can I say, can occupy good positions on the politicians. The people the politicians don't need this for their programs. Yeah, this is endemic. It's not something about one or two countries. It's so complicated. Yeah.
Yes. Aline, do you want to share your answer? What do you think about it? Aline?
I think she told that she cannot turn on the microphone
Yeah,
right now.
I think so. Jair,
Yeah.
do you want to share your answer about this question?
Let's imagine a word without
No.
without.
Actually, your answer. What do you think about Brazil? I don't know. I don't know if you say Have you ever said before? I don't remember.
Até já respondia.
Ah, você já respondeu?
Já,
Tá
já.
certo. Wendell? Endel?
I agree. Well, I don't know if I agree with all the answer, but well, we have one point. One point is inequality, social and economic inequality. Well, we have this kind of thing. We have public and private education. However, when it comes to really solve problem in terms of education in Brazil, when you see the program of international student education assessment, such as PISA, we see that Brazil is almost the worst. Even, public, and the difference between public and private is very, it's not relevant, it's not relevant. What pretty much means that, or the way that we provide education in Brazil is kind of, we need to review, because the students here learn how to repeat things, repeat information. But when you need to think to solve a problem, we have other problem, because the people don't know how to think, how to concatenate, like to create a synergy between different informations. And in my, at least what I've reading, is that in other country, they tend to value more, a student that can create new information, from the background, like from the scratch, try to be innovate, try to create, try to be more leader, try to be more active. The way that we've learned here in Brazil is more passive. You sit in your chair and just to internalize a lot of information, and you don't know what you can do with that information. And in other country, you need to have, to get information and do something, to create something, and to work on something. So this is something that I'm reading a lot, and I'm thinking as well. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I think it's my turn. So about where I think Brazil people have quality education. Okay, guys, I've just finished my high school and I studied in public school since when I was a child, so I can give my feedback. About quality education, I don't know, right? Like quality education, Brazil could have a quality education, but unfortunately, as my geography teacher say, most of Brazilian people don't have discipline. Like that's what makes JPEN like when we see JPEN people, we look today and like we just like, wow, they are really intelligent, but they just are really intelligent because they have a discipline. And as you guys said, Brazil have to invested, I think so, in education at all, because we have good teachers. I confess that like I have many subjects that I didn't record when I was in high school because uh like my biology teacher was in that lack in my high school, and I passed my high school without biology subject because we didn't have a teacher to teach about it to us, and that's what make me like that's affect me so much because I want so much to get into your university, and I want to be a doctor. So if you want to be a doctor, you need to know about biology. And I didn't have this subject when I was in high school, so that's affect me so much, you know. And that's what I think about about that the question. So the next question is, let's imagine a world without education. How do you think it would be? Diego?
It's so difficult to answer. Guys, I don't know. It's totally my opinion. Yeah, I don't read about it. I don't think about it yet. But I believe that our relationship, we in this case, we have a problem in our relationship because education put a kind of a limit in our social relations, in the respect that we have with each other, and to understand the space that I live it, to know about our history. I don't know. I think it's one single, how can I say, tribal in the middle of Africa without any connections with the Occident, Eastern, I don't know, and the television and the internet. I think that they have education. Their culture it's a different culture, but with education, yeah. For me, it's so difficult to understand. But if we are talking about right now our kind of education, that's my answer. One point it's about the relationship. We will have a lot of difficulty, and we could be more influenced by other people. Yeah.
Diego, choose one person.
Yes, Angel. Good. Go ahead with your good opinion.
Good opinion. Well, I imagine a world without education. Actually, I was thinking about this question, and I don't know if it you know could exist in terms of even the tribes. They have their education, the kind of education, different way, but it's a kind of education. If your parents or your grandparents teach you something that they know from the background, from the experience, I think it's education, so I cannot imagine, because I think when we want to know or learn something, we go to the education naturally. I think the human being is naturally want to learn more about the world. So when we read the history, is about learning and teaching, and the curiosity of the people is natural. So it's education. Sometimes we don't have the instruments to really know what's going on. However, we wanna naturally try to find the answer of the things, and we doubt about the things, and we question the things, and so on. So I can't imagine a world without education, because I think in education on that terms. That's it.
So what about you, Jair?
Take a good look. The world would go into chaos because without education in society, we would be alienated and influenced by anything. There would be no politics because if there is no education for the people, there will be no revolutionary. And in health, it is the same thing as in politics. That is, we would be real, irrational animals. That's it.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Actually, I agree with all of you guys, because we are talking about education in a cultural way, because it is a form of education. Of course, that would be impossible, like this distinction of education. It's not possible because it should be there will be this kind of local culture, family culture, so it's impossible no, that this kind of education doesn't exist. But we feel we are talking about like a structured education, looking in a big in a bigger size. I agree with Jair too, because it will be a chaos, and it will be like more and more social inequalities, because those families who has a bigger cultural knowledge would be the leaders. It's more or less like our society nowadays, but without a structured education. So I agree with both of you guys. What about you, Nicole?
I agree either. I think it would be a mess. That would be a mess. As I said before, I think like through the education we can reduce many problems in the world. So with our education, the problems just would be more sophisticated, like, and they will turn a mass like around the world, would be like more violence, more in social inequality, as you said, Fernando. And like, let me see more, would be like the people, for example, if there are SDGs, we're actually talking about one SDGs, which is good education, quality education. Actually, if this SDG exists, that make us to think that education, we need to improve this goal. We need to improve in that, because without this goal, the world can turn some in a chaos, as Jair Leonardo said. So that means that education, it's really important. That's because education is in the SDG table, guys. So that's the point. You guys are totally right. I don't know actually. I don't know what talk, because you guys already said everything. So I think we can pass to another question. So the next question is how could you imagine a world? No, actually, yeah. How could you imagine a world with quality education? Jai, do you want to answer first?
People would be able to become economically productive, develop sustainable livelihoods, and contribute to peaceful and democratic societies. That's it.
Yes. Um, and you, Fernando?
I think the world would evolve in a faster way. Like it would be like an evolution of all areas or of all fields. Technology would be like way ahead of our time. So and like the rules would be ahead, everything. Yeah, it would be. I cannot imagine because there will be things that we cannot even we are not able to imagine, you know, innovation things. Maybe it would be a totally different world. So it's difficult to describe something like that. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, I agree with you. Actually, totally agree, because I cannot imagine the world with quality education. But the first question is, what does that mean? Quality education. You know, what is quality education? Is intellectual independence. You know, like good schools. Good schools in terms of what? I don't know. I cannot imagine that kind of thing. I think education is important, and education that can provide you tools to solve your problems and the problems of the world, the problems of a country in terms of technology and cultural and so on. So quality in the education, yeah, I don't know. Because sometimes I think something is very important in the education, but other people do not agree with me, you know, and I think any country has their kind of thing, like, you know, concepts. Like, I think this is really important, and this Brazil, no, I don't think it's important. You know, what's important is other thing and so on. I don't know what's equality.
And you, Diego?
Yes, as Zendo said before, the concept of quality education is very subjective. But if you were thinking about the rules that we have here in Brazil, for example, I believe people with more education would be able to develop more themselves and, in consequence, make one world better with technologies, like Fernando said, with not something with ideas that are so focused on the financial returns, but with constructions and with ideas and things who help the planet, who help other people, who help to building a better future for the humanity, for the world, yeah.
Yes. What I think about that, like, if I imagine a world with quality education, I think most of the things would be perfect. I think so. Like, we don't need it to fight to, like, you guys can see the war on Ukraine. Like, I think if the world has, like, if the world would have a good education, we don't need it to fight for these kind of problems. We just need to talk, and in that establish like a term with that. Guys, I'm not into this matter, but I know that with education we can resolve this kind of problems, like about wars, you know, about wars, about like about many things. Maybe the things like all situation, the situation with the world would be more like more. How can I say that? Actually, I don't know. Would be the word would be more perfect, you know, guys. It would exist more peace, and the people don't need it to like to face like situations, vulnerable situations, you know. That's what I think
Yes.
about.
One point off topic, but this conversation make me remember the classic music from John Lennon. Imagine all the people.
Yeah,
Because you are
and
making, yeah, make a kind of suppositions about the future, about the people. It's a good vibe, yeah, about this topic.
yes,
So interesting.
yes. And I just would like to share with you guys an experience that I had like a few months ago when I could participate in the Youth Ambassador program. And I was talking about my mentor, like about the education, the word. And he put that music. He put that music. And it's really like it's really that make us really be more ref like in ref I don't know what is that like think about everything about education about the word in that and not only think about ourselves but also think about people around us, you know. That's
Yes, make us more hopeful about the future,
yes,
yeah.
yes. So the next question is what do you think what do you think that exist many illiterate people in Brazil? Why actually? Why do you think that exist many illiterate people in Brazil? Jair?
Um, we can say that there are illiterates among other people who have not been able to afford it. Semi-literate people because they are breadwinners and because they lack interest. And you, Diego?
Yes, I don't know about the numbers, about the literate people here in Brazil right now. I believe that you have so many people literate, but I don't know the numbers exactly. I believe that about the same problems that you talked before, yeah. For example, the policies and the investment and the priorities that these policies and this our government has in the past. One of the possible reasons could be the culture too, yeah. I don't know, but I believe that you have people who grow inside one different culture that is to be literate is not important for them. I don't know, but could be one of these reasons, yeah. And you, Fernando, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. The culture of some groups, like the some countryside groups,
Yes.
especially, they really have this culture that being literate is not that important. Unfortunately, it is still exists. But I think that we can sum up all the problems on talking about social inequalities, because I think it's the main point. A lot of people don't have the opportunity to go to schools. Other people don't have the knowledge that it is an important thing to be literated and to be educated. So and this thing is I think is about social inequalities. And also I would like to say that Angel pointed out a really good point in his last talk about what is quality education. And I was thinking about that because actually there are so many ways to look at this. What is quality education? Is a good structure, is a good theoretical education, you know, it's about thinking about so there are many ways to think about this. So first of all, we need to find what is this? What is the concept of a quality education? So this is very interesting. And what do you think about this, Endo, about this illiterate problem?
Well, I think we have, we live in the most inequality, one of the most inequality country in the world. And we have a lot of poor people, very poor people that can't sometimes even have food to eat. How could these people thinking, oh, I need to read something, I need to learn, they don't have, any food sometimes. So it's very sad, the situation, but it's the reality, And I think when we know, we all here, we know that most part of the students in the public school, they go to the school to eat, to have lunch and so on. So this is reality information. So we need to consider this point, this information to create this, to answer this kind of thing. So that's my opinion about the existence of so many illiterate in Brazil.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with him. Because like between stud and like get a job to survive and keep their family, like people illiterate, people like most of the time choose get a job and survive and like keep their family healthy and like yeah, about what Andrew just said. And that's the reality of Brazil. And I think like that's what like makes the number of illiterate in Brazil. I think he's growing up. Yeah, that's the name, growing up. And that's it, guys. Guys. Okay. The next question is okay. How a quality education could impact your society? Diego?
Yes, I think that we have answered yet before with different points of view. I will add another point here. Make people more, how can I say the good word for this, but more conscious about their choices, yeah, conscious about the future, the present, understand more their conditions and the way to accomplish their dreams. For example, it's could be one good answer for this question. The quality education could improve more our living society. One of the topics, like I said before. And you, Fernando, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we answered this question in other in previous questions too. And just to add something, I think could like Nicole said, actually, it could let society to a stage of solving problems in an easy way, like war problems or war issues. So yeah, it could make a great difference. And you, Jair?
It impacts the fight against poverty, decreases violence, ensures access to rights, strengthens democracy and citizenship, as well as health, economy, and environment. That's it. And you, Andrew?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. All this the thing that you said, and more. I will try to connect to the previous question, the previous answer. That's, I think, education means autonomy. When the people have education, you have more autonomy about what you want. And what we've seen is that people that have education try to control the whole, society in terms of information, and sometimes the poor people do not have the defense of it. Like they don't know what's going on, and you said something they believe. So I think pretty much education means autonomy and to fight for everything that Jair says. No, that's what I think.
Yes, one point, and the autonomy is that the best word for this definition. Yeah, about quality education, about education in general, but especially about quality education. Autonomy is so good to define this point, this topic.
Yes. Okay. What I think about this question, let me see. How quality education can impact my society? I think with quality education, more teenagers would be more like, how can I say that? Excited to get into in opportunities, mainly opportunities abroad. Like when you show like how education can let you more like so far, like really, how can I say that? Muito longe.
Far away.
Yes, far away. And I think education can do that with our lives, mainly if you are a teenager or if you are a adult. Like education made that in my life. Throughout education, I could like, for example, I could participate in the Youth Ambassador and I could be in Washington, D.C., like representing my state. That's really amazing, guys. That was one thing that I really consider in my life. It was really, really amazing. And I just could be there thanks to education that I could receive on my family, on my teacher, my English teacher supported me a lot, and many people who was in that process. So I think with quality education, many teenagers could get more in opportunities. That's one thing of many things that we can talk about it. But guys, we just have 1 minute, okay? Our conversation is actually almost ending. So I hope you guys I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation because it was really good and was really good and interesting talk with you guys. We shared actually many thoughts here. I could learn with you guys. Okay. And so I'm gonna put the link and you guys can give your feedback about this conversation, right?
Right.
So here. So guys, next week we're gonna talk about healthy. We're gonna talk about good healthy and well-being. And I hope see you guys there. Okay.
Okay.
So see ya.
Okay, thanks